Allegedly, Roger Goodell was going around lobbying for this rule to pass about the kickoff, fair catch, 25-yard line, whole Bush League bullshit that they're trying to get into. Commissioner Roger Goodell is lobbying owners to pass the kickoff touchback rule after not having enough votes yesterday. So, didn't have enough votes yesterday. We're going to delay another vote because we want another round at it, Roger Goodell says. Hey, Raj, come on. You're my commissioner. You're our commissioner. This is a bullshit commissioner move. The kickoff rule that... I don't want to say it. Put that thing back up. What's that first one there? Pitch. Here's his pitch on why these rules, why this bullshit rule needs passed. And this rule will not be present in every game, okay? No. Kickers can reach the end zone. There's returners aren't going to take a fair catch if they can get a short kick at the 10, because normally that's going to be a bad ball. They're going to try to get it. But it's some game where it's going to be windy and cold and games are going to matter. This is going to happen and everybody watching is going to go, that's the most bullshit looking thing I've ever seen in a professional football game. But the pitch, protect yourself versus litigation. We knew that was the reason why. Right. It's all just covering your ass for future problems. I would like to see these stats that they keep saying are so prevalent and endearing to saving lives and brains that the kickoff and the punt are the only two that it happens. Now, allegedly, there's more stats that say, what's the turf in those particular plays that's taking place? But them just continuing to throw these things without us ever actually seeing the whole thing and maybe us doing our own stats, it's like, it feels like, and I don't want to, say that, it feels like they're just kind of, hey, look. This part of the game, it matters, but doesn't really change too much. Ball it to 25, who cares? Ball it to 20, who cares? We're good there. But look, saving today. Heroes. It's like, don't have to keep doing that. We get it, okay? And I understand there's potential lawsuits going ahead, but we can't just make the game so fucking fake and bullshit that it kind of disrespects the league as a whole. It's always like a protect the shield thing. When this first thing happens, people are going to think it's minor league football. They're going to think they're watching the USFL. They're going to think there's a chance that they're maybe watching junior football. It is a trash rule, but I understand it's just let's protect our future potential lawsuits, and we can't just be making decisions like that. That cannot be how a league that is the biggest in the world, the best in the world, operates. That cannot, you have to at some point just make decisions for the good of the game and for the good of your league and just understand that there's potential repercussions that are going to come, but at least have a little fucking integrity for the professionalism and for the lives. There's a lot of special teamers that make a lot of living off of this entire thing. In the game, there's a lot of strategy that's used in kicking off and kickoff returns. You're taking away special teams coaches, incentives on to be good. You're taking special teams weapons out of to be good. I just don't understand how this is a thing. And then for them to report the reason is future litigation. It's that can't be how we're making decisions right now. That cannot be why and how we're doing it. So I, as the man, and I don't do this a lot, but I love the kickoff.
That's right.
Me too.
I think I have the highest touchback percentage in the history of the NFL over a year. I think I have tied the most onside kicks successfully recovered in one season. I think what teams were doing against our kickoff team became the rule currently with how many people need to be up because they were scared we're going to do a surprise onside. I have had a pretty large impact on the kickoff play. Very selfish, very arrogant for me to say that. Stats are stats. It's the real deal. It's a real fucking play, though. And there's real strategy. And there's real things to be gained from that. And there's real, I hate that they're diluting it down to this to make it look so Mickey Mouse. No offense.
Sorry.
No offense. Pac-Man Jones is here, obviously all-pro returner, icon of a man. Kickoff returns are strategy. Now, some people see them as a free throw. Hey, this is going to be a touchback, and now we move on. Well, then view it as that. It's a part of the game. But there is time where you're trying to pin somebody deep, where you need field position late in the game, where you need to pin them, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, the return team can flip the game on its head as well and get out there. It's like you're just taking away another chess move, and I don't understand why you'd want to dumb the game down. Pac-Man Jones, your thoughts. I'm sorry I rambled.
I think this is one of the dumbest moves ever. Of course, they doing it for the lawsuit, but this fucks up for everything. Now you only need a punter and a field goal kicker. That's taking away jobs. And for me, I would just say fuck it, because when I'm back there, I'm not looking to get 25.
No, I heard you were going to fair catch a kickoff.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
every
gonna
time.
try to run it back regardless. So this don't really bother me, but it does take away from the game because now the coach can be like, just keep the ball in there if we can't get to the 25-yard line. So I think it's real bullshit. But I'm taking it out every time.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't fair catch a punt either. That's why you were
Sure.
kind of a scumbag out there.
A little bit.
Because you're attacking other people's jobs as well. You know, people hanging them up.
Shouldn't kick it to me.
Good cover. Where
Kick
was
it out
this?
of bounds.
Where? I was
That's
just
no
supposed to
fun.
punt it out of bounds?
Punt it out of bounds.
Okay. Sounds so easy.
Yeah.
That's what AJ says too.
Yeah, just do
Kick it out
it.
of bounds, dude. I won't cover a kick.
Simple.
It's all right. Just jog down there. The guy will fair catch.
Or hang
Unless-
it up like you always do.
That's what I'm trying to do. I mean, this one,
Boom.
yeah, I mean, we got 6 guys running. I mean, that's
Got
what we're doing.
7-2 hang time.
Yeah, come on. All right, get this off. I don't know who made that. They'll probably sue us, even though it's me and it's other people's highlights. But I just don't like dumbing down the game just for the sake of future lawsuits.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that somebody has to have that thought in the room. I get it. We'll talk to Ian Rappaport in about 8 minutes. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Seems like you wanted to say something here about this.
Well, I just think like the cause for concern with this too is like they say if it doesn't work and like the coaches were right, then after 1 year they'll reinstitute it and it'll go back to normal next year. But like when you already get the ball rolling with this type of thing, like what if, because we don't know how many actual concussions come from kickoffs. Like they're saying it's a lot, but when you watch the games, it doesn't.
I don't
feel-
remember.
Neither do I. It feels like guys are blowing knees out and stuff like that, which might be more
Supergrass.
towards supergrass and the turf and stuff like that. But if they look at all the numbers after the season and nothing really changed because there probably weren't that many to begin with, then like what's to say next year instead of putting it back to normal to be like, okay, actually this wasn't any safer, so now we just got to eliminate the kickoff as a whole.
So you know what they're thinking? They're thinking that we can get ahead of a narrative that we already foresee coming in a lawsuit 15 years from now. Because college football is already doing this, us choosing not to do it, a lawyer can say the NFL had examples from college and chose not to do that in a lawsuit in the future. And I guess you got to do that. We can't be living in our fears. Roger Goodell, and I feel like I have a solid amount of respect for Roger Goodell because I've seen him work and I understand that his position, he's going to piss people off. Like you are signing up at some point, you're going to make people mad. People who are fanatical about something are going to get very mad at you if you're the person who has to enact a punishment against the thing that they're fanatical about. So it's a tough job. Every commissioner is going to be hated by people. I understand that. I watched him work a couple rooms. I was very impressed with his brain and everything, the way he operated. And obviously, he has grown the NFL in a fashion where it is up and to the right, where everything else is not like that.
Yep.
So I got respect for Roger Goodell. What is this bullshit? Why is he lobbying for this? Mickey Mouse, sorry.
Once again, sorry.
Sorry about that. There's an ESPN person in the building.
No
Good
offense.
guy. Great guy.
Great guy.
Good
Great guy. We
Big fan.
appreciate Guy
Yeah.
a lot. Appreciate Guy a lot. But why is he lobbying for this to pass? And why is it coming out that the pitch was future litigation? Like, are we just making every decision because of future potential lawsuits? That doesn't sound like the NFL that I love. Ian, why are we doing this?
No, as far as future litigation, I had not heard that as being a justification for this rule. I did just attend a press conference from Jeff Miller, who basically is in charge of NFL health and safety, and from Rich McKay, the head of the competition committee. So a couple things. I would say you are correct in saying that Roger Goodell was pushing this. I mean, I just talked to a source literally 2 minutes ago who said, Roger would not let this go. Like, this was something where, I know there was a conference call, which you probably know, but I know there was a conference call among NFL special teamers and special teams coaches. They all oppose this. Everyone I've spoken to in the special teams community.
I'd say
Everybody
they
likes
did.
football. Yeah.
Right.
I'm over there looking at Tommy, and he's like, I hate this.
So
Yeah, that'll do. Not is what he said. Everybody.
So, the reasons for this was kickers have gotten very good. Punters, of course, have always been good, but kickers have gotten very good. So what they've been doing is basically creating a situation where opponents have to make returns. So you had returns
Part of the
spike dramatically over the last couple of years. And concussions have also gone up in.
Is that
kickoffs
real?
The last couple of years.
Have we heard that? Have we seen that? That just gets said. So I assume it's real, but there has to be some angle. What's the angle
The angle.
of the stat? You know, like what's the angle? Because that just gets thrown out there all the time, and it feels like it's over here. It's over here.
Can you still see me? You can see me, right?
Yeah, you look good.
Hold on. Yeah, I know. So
Right there.
kickoff play has the highest rate of concussion year after year. That's what Rich McKay said. And the actual data, I don't have it here, but I believe 15%.
Nobody has the actual data.
I believe 15% is how much concussions have gone up on kickoffs the last couple of years. So basically, what they say is they do not want to get rid of kickoffs. They want it to be part of it. They just feel like they have to make it safer. And so this is a 1-year rule.
Yeah.
And then they will see at the end of this year.
Okay, so I appreciate you telling me all that information. So you and I both know stats are on everybody's team somehow. Stats are on everybody's team, every debate, every angle. Stats are on there. Is that like the most amount of concussions per play that involves players running more than 40 yards or 45 yards? Yeah. Like you never know, like, you know what I mean? Like there is, because you don't see a lot of concussions, I guess, on deep balls.
No.
You don't see a lot of concussions on anything else. But there's, and I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm just saying in the stats world that we're in right now, there's an angle seemingly for every single stat that could be countered by another stat somehow. Right. And they have always just said, well, the kick game is where all it's at. And I feel like I try to watch every game, and it's like, I don't think I see it as
that often.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a thing, but I might be, I guess, wrong.
Well, they have said, the compensation committee and Jeff Miller, who again runs NFL Health and Safety, that most concussions come on specifically kickoff plays. Now, there are ways around this. One thing they said is they're going to look at the way the XFL does it.
Come on, bro. Who are these people? They hate football? These people that are doing this? This Mr. Miller fella, does he even care about football? Does he know football?
So wait, hold on. So you do not like the way, because we just talked about this for like 5 minutes. You don't like the XFL version where they...
No, come on, bro. What are we talking about? Football. We're playing fucking football here.
They like 5 yards apart.
Down the field.
Yes.
The kicker is punting like a safety. I'm going to kick off like a safety all by myself back there, right? That's what we're doing?
Right.
It's bad.
So they are going to study that. Because what they would like to do is...
Look at it one time and say, that can't be
no thanks.
in the NFL. You studied it. Research is over. That can't be how. Could you imagine walking into a stadium and that being
opening salvo?
What are we even talking about? Like I don't like the fair catch thing. I think just optically, I'm so disgusted by it because when it happens in the professional league, like it happens in college, it's like, all right, we got weak legs.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So when you're watching college football, have you? Because I honestly did not realize this was the college football rule since 2018. Like, has it alter the kickoff viewing experience when you watch it?
Well, I don't know because, to be clear, I didn't watch a lot of.
Yeah,
it looks
because
weird.
A lot of them didn't bring it out though. A lot of them wouldn't bring it out because they think they will get 25 yards, and half of the kids in college not kicking the ball in the end zone.
And they're fair catching it at like the 7, the 10, the 11, even on low kicks.
Yeah.
So it's like the coaches are like just fair catch it if anywhere pretty much. I think you could even.
Yeah, you can take a knee.
They could take a knee on like the 7-yard line, I think, and the ball would go to the 25. It's like, what are we doing? And on another point, bring this up in the room whenever you're in there, please. You're our only person with boots on the ground. Sure. Sounds like the head health person has no idea what football is. That's great news. College still has wedges, I think, and they have a different rule for how many people can align within like 20 yards of where the ball is being kicked. So like the NFL has already proactively changed kickoffs more than college has.
Right.
So them adding the college bullshit, it's like, it's not going to happen that often.
A lot.
It's only going to happen a couple times through the year. I assume. Right. It's only going to happen a few times.
Well, and then, obviously play it forward a little bit. Like there are still some great returners, some incredibly talented players who not a lot of them, but make their living as returners. And it's like, roster-wise, like how valuable is that?
Roster,
right? Like
returners are done.
Yeah.
Returners are done potentially. Who knows what they're going to do?
Kickoff returners are done if you do this rule.
Definitely.
Punt returners you'll still need.
But who knows what they're going to do with the punt game?
Right.
We'll see what they're going to do because McKay said the punt's next.
Yeah, more changes.
But there's also on the other side of it, and I know you guys in the media study special teams football and know how important
Obviously,
it is.
I'm one of the experts.
I mean, first meeting in every single building, first period of practice in every single building. Lombardi, Belichick, and all these coaches that are pretty good, football, we're obsessed with it, but everybody else, doesn't fully understand it. So the thought of having talented kickers, though, like kickers being able to hang it and put it down.
And place it.
And then having talented cover people, like that's a weapon. Those are like 4 jobs.
Yeah.
That's like 5 jobs almost for the coverage people, the core people. So now you take out the kickoff return pretty much, and you take out the kickoff. It's like this roster construction is going to be interesting. And I don't know how. It just eliminates strategy.
Normally, if you win this part of the game, you can win the game. That's what they say. We win field possession, and when we win with the special team part of the game, we win the game.
So it's actually the first most important stat to decide who wins a football game, the score.
Okay, that makes sense.
So the score is the number 1 stat.
Points.
I could have told you that one.
Yeah. Second, turnovers. Okay? The third one, indicator, field position. Normally, turnovers goes with field position as well. That can kind of change things. But if you win the field position, it's like the third highest indicator for if you win a game or not. And now they're trying to eliminate it because Roger Goodell is lobbying alongside Mr. Miller. Let's talk about some other rules.